we really do have some warmongers in the White House right now, and people keeps on voting for these clowns, even though they know that things can go possibly wrong if they say the wrong thing to a certain country leader, or they say the wrong thing to a certain person, and it could lead to us being traumatically in a war that we should not even be a part of. So I heard about this story earlier today. Well, apparently Russia just threw out their last peace treaty when it comes to nukes. So I want to actually show you guys this story about how us aiding Ukraine is not really for the benefit of the American people, because Joe Biden just sent half a billion dollars to freaking Ukraine once again, even though the American people are struggling as it is, and this mofo, this piece of trash is constantly sending money overseas to Ukraine, even though that war has nothing to do with us. But it does help out Joe Biden, because he did a couple years ago, he did do a deal with Ukraine, some Ukraine officials, and now I'm guessing because they have some some on him. He's just gonna be paying this money back to back with whichever way it goes. But let me guys show you this article about how Joe Biden is most likely about to he's most likely about to start a war. So Biden to announce more sanctions on Russia after Putin suspends nuke treaty. So let me guys read you this. President Joe Biden on Tuesday announced he plans to implement more sanctions this week on Russia, hours after Russia President Vladimir Putin suspended a U.S. nuclear treaty. Now, a lot of people may not believe that Russia is actually going to actually do anything to us, but some of us know, like when you got a weak ass leadership, this is something that's bound to happen. You had some countries out here, some country leaders out here who are most likely just do anything. Actually, they will, if they know that there's some weak leadership, they will just do anything to try to take over. Now, do I think a war might happen? Probably not, but I've been wrong before on a couple of things. Speaking in Warsaw, Poland, with Ukrainian colored yellow and blue lights reflected on Royal Castle, Biden spoke about Russia's war against Ukraine, a conflict based on decades of territorial claims. Biden said he would place more sanctions on Russia without noting the specifics. Together, we made sure Russia is paying the price for its abuses, Biden prefaced. We continue to maintain the largest sanctions regime ever imposed on any country in history. That's a lie. And we are going to announce more sanctions this week together with our partners, he announced. We will hold those accountable for those responsible for this war, and we will seek justice for the war crimes and crimes against humanity continuing to be committed by the Russians. Again, this war has nothing to do with us. This is between Russia, Ukraine, and NATO. But Joe Biden is sending tremendous amounts of money to Ukraine, even though Ukraine doesn't need that money. They don't. And what's happening right now is that, Vladimir Putin is getting more and more pissed off because Joe Biden keeps on interfering and sending Ukraine money. And once again, Ukraine doesn't even need the money. The American people needs the money more than we do, but he's implementing more taxation on you and me and other individuals out there because of he has to save face. He has to look good for the public. He can't be looking weak. That's in quotations. But some of us know, who have common sense, know that, we have a weak ass president who continuously sends taxes money, overseas for a war that has nothing to do with us. Let's keep on going with this. The Biden administration has imposed approximately 1,500 new and 750 amended sanctions and export controls against Russia since the Ukrainian war began last year, according to the State Department. The impact of the measures has degraded the Russian weapons industry, imposed costs on many Russian oligarchs, and immobilized about $300 billion worth of Russian central bank assets. Critics say the sanctions have caused the conflict to escalate and prevented Putin a way to end the struggle without impacting his domestic political standing. On Tuesday, hours before Biden spoke, Putin announced the unilateral suspension of a 2011 nuclear pact named New START Agreement that sought to limit Russian and American nuclear development. I am forced to announce today that Russia is suspending its participation in the Strategic Arms Reduction Treaty. He said, the West uses Ukraine as a ram against Russia. Putin ended the agreement by also slamming the West for its so-called moral rot of or spiritual catastrophe. They distort historical facts and constantly attack our culture, the Russia Orthodox Church, and other traditional religions of our country. So again, the media and Joe Biden are constantly, pissing off Vladimir Putin. They are literally saying like, "Yo, you doing this? Oh, I bet Vladimir Putin, he's just he's a nobody. He's a warmonger. Russia is filled with warmongering, crazy people. It's from what a lot of people in the media say. Vladimir Putin is a dictator. But right now, a lot of the stuff that they are saying about Vladimir Putin when it comes to like the media, Fox News, CNN, MSNBC, and a whole bunch of other media outlets out there, Vladimir Putin is getting sophistically pissed off right now that they are constantly attacking him, and we literally have nothing to do with this war. We have nothing to do with this war. This is between NATO, Russia, and Ukraine. What does the U.S. have to do with this? Oh, it has to do with Joe Biden having to do with some deals with some Ukraine prosecutor a couple years back when he was Obama's vice president. That's what this really has to deal with. Joe Biden protecting his assets, protecting his money from Ukraine. That's what's going on right now. Protecting his people that he has some obligations with in Ukraine. This has nothing to do with stopping the war. This has everything to do with Joe Biden making sure that he protects his name, protects his pockets. And a lot of people praise this, saying like it's a act of heroism or it's an act of strong leadership, which is not. So the peace treaty that Vladimir Putin had back from 2011, he just said, you know what, cut that. I'm going to be testing out some nukes now. Let me go ahead and do that because since you guys keep on getting in the way of me and Ukraine, you guys are just getting into the middle of it. This has nothing to do with us. And they might end up putting us into a sophisticated war that we had nothing to do with. Look at what they do with their own peoples. The destruction of the family, cultural and national identity. Perversion and the abuse of children are declared the norm. And priests are forced to blame same-sex marriages. Wow, okay. So Vladimir Putin taking shots at woke culture. And that's in quotations, woke. It's more just leftist authoritarianism, wokeism. That's what it is. According to Breitbart News, Francis Martel, Putin has taken to raising social and religious issues during remarks about Ukraine without offering any direct connection. In September, Putin announced the annexation of 4 Ukrainian regions and claimed the Western countries were satanic. So, yeah. So right now, it seems like Putin is about done playing with these guys. Playing with Ukraine, playing with Joe Biden because here's the thing. Joe Biden went to Ukraine to hand Zelensky the $500,000 himself. I mean, not $500,000, $500 million, half $1 billion himself, saying like, "Hey, I'm here to kiss your ass, and I don't care what Russia might do to us. As long as you guys are good, you ain't gotta worry about blowing a whistle on me or anybody from the previous Obama administration. You ain't gotta worry about any of that. I'm just gonna keep on giving you this money. I'm gonna keep on just kicking your ass. I'm gonna have the U.S. media outlets trash talk Putin, and try to blame the shift over to us. You ain't gotta worry about a thing, Zelensky. Just make sure that you look good for the cameras. That's all. That's basically it. Just looking good for the cameras, guys. This is full blown warmongering right here. This is full-blown warmongering. These guys really want to start a war with Russia. And bro, Russia has the nukes. I mean, here's the thing. If Putin really did want to blow up probably Washington, then he would. But as of right now, there's no more peace treaty between the U.S. and Russia when it pertains to nukes. And if he really was going to do it, he might just do it tomorrow. You know, if Joe Biden and the media outlets just keep on continuously pissing off Vladimir Putin. Now, I'm not saying like a war will happen. I'm just saying these guys are pushing buttons that should not be pushed because they want to look good for the public eye, which is the most cancerous thing out there, the public eye. They more worry about what the internet might say. They more worry about what these authoritarian leftists, these progressive socialists might actually say or think. They say like, "Oh, you ain't doing enough." Well, if that not doing enough is going to end us in the war, are these guys going to be taking account for pushing Joe Biden and the mainstream media outlets from trash talking Russia? Because again, this ain't got nothing to do with us. Some of us here are just minding our own damn business. And these freaking people in office in the state, the state is just going to constantly push the buttons of Vladimir Putin. Hey, Russia's fight is with Ukraine and NATO. If Washington, the state, the government, if they want to get involved, let them get involved. Leave us civilians out of it. We want nothing to do with this. This is a fight between y'all pockets, the state's pockets, the government's pockets. Leave us the hell alone. We ain't trying to get in the war. We don't want to see anybody off. We don't want to see any of that. We just want to live in peace. But the state is filled with warmongering individuals that you can't even live a peaceful life. And they'll just send money anywhere to make sure like a war might end up happening. But guys, let me know what y'all think about it in the comments below. If you guys like what I'm saying, like and subscribe to the video, hit the notification bell. I'll see you on the next one. Peace. Also, make sure you join me on my Discord. The links are in the description below. You guys want to have a conversation, want to talk. You guys want to promote your own videos. You want to talk about gaming, movies, and TV shows, or politics. Just hit that link in the description box below, and let's have a chat. Also, make sure you follow me on my Twitch. I'll be on my Twitch sometimes, just playing games, to be chilling. Some new games coming out this year that I want to play, especially when it comes to Resident Evil games, and just make sure you subscribe there, you follow me there, and let's have some fun. Also, make sure that you do like, comment, and subscribe to my channel because the YouTube algorithm is hurting everybody at this point, and they do not like seeing small guys like myself grow. So make sure you like, comment, subscribe, because your man try to get paid here, people. It don't take nothing but a second.